Hey, what's up, homies? It's time for another episode of the Homeys Real Estate Podcast. This is your host, Anthony.
I'm Angel.
I'm a realtor.
I'm a lender.
And hopefully together we can give you a pretty good idea of what's happening in today's crazy real estate market. It's the beginning of the month. You know what that means. It's time to go over the market statistics for April. And boy, do we got a story for you. So we're going to go like we usually do, speed rounds. I'm just going to go over every single statistic quickly, and then we'll dive deeper into what they mean and why they're important. So first things first, let's look at median sales price. It is now $797,000 for Los Angeles County. It increased $27,000 since last month, and it's up $77,000 since January of 2021. In just the last 4 months, it's up $77,000. When we look at active listings, it did increase for March, which is good news for buyers, but we're still 22% less than what we had 1 year ago, right? When we look at median days on market, it is now 9 days in Los Angeles County. This is the fastest we have ever seen. It takes 9 days from the time a home is listed to go into escrow. That's why it's really important for you pre-qualified buyers, for buyers to be pre-qualified and put in a strong offer, because there is really a little bit of time for negotiation. Let's look at some good news for buyers. So new listings, we're tracking what we've seen in previous years. We're about 1,000 less than what we've seen the last 5 years, right? But still up 69.4% compared to what we had just 1 year ago. So new listings, we're starting to get some on the market. When we look at inventory month supply, right? How long does it take if there was no more homes listed in Los Angeles County for them to all to be sold? It increased from 1.8 months in March 2021 to 2.0 months in April 2021. In a balanced market, we're talking about 5 to 6 inventory months supply. So we're still in an extreme seller's market, but hey, we are trending upwards. There's some good news for buyers there. And then most importantly, when we look at closed volume, this is a story in itself. Closed volume for Los Angeles County, right? The overall amount of homes sold, how much are they worth in April? $16.23 billion. This is up 155% compared to last April. Last April, we're talking about $6.3 billion. This is the most we have ever seen, right? Last March, we broke the record. And then, so we've been breaking the record month after month recently. So this is really, really good news for the real estate market. Why is this happening? Well, we have extremely high median sales price. We have a lot of pre-qualified buyers. We're starting to get a lot more new listings. It all just means more closed transactions and higher closed transaction volume sizes. So, Angel, let's go ahead. Let's jump into these numbers. Let's go with median sales price. So, what catches your attention here? This, $77,000 increase in the last 4 months since January, and a $27,000 or $22,000 increase since last month.
I mean, that's phenomenal for anybody who bought in January, right? Extreme amount of equity you've already accumulated just in 4 months, which is it's a great sign. I think it goes back to the whole thing of, if you feel ready to buy a home, then just do it, right? Pull the trigger. It's going to pay off, and there's people who did buy in January are again have great equity, and anybody who's looking to buy in April or May, it's currently May, summertime, it's going to continue to increase, right? So people, I think it's a good time to buy, guys. The homes are still going to keep going up, believe it or not. I know how crazy that sounds, but I would say by the end of summer, we're in the mid 800s to higher 800,000 for the median sales price in LA County. So it's a good sign for anybody who's trying to buy.
Yeah, so interesting note. 1 year ago in April 2020, the median sales price for Los Angeles County was $651,000. 1 year later, that's $797,000. That's about almost $150,000 increase. If you think about it, you put 5% down and you get like $150,000 increase. in a year you pretty much have 20% equity. Like it's pretty crazy right now what's happening in the real estate market. And the crazy thing is that looking at the data, it doesn't look like we're gonna have a slowdown in pace, not for at least a couple more months, right? So unless we start to get a lot more new listings hitting the market or a lot more construction that is built. But right now, with the price of lumber being 3 times what it was a year ago, it's a little bit hard for there to be a lot of construction.
Or
That's
also too, just to mention, if they increase interest rates, it's another thing. I don't think it'll happen, but if interest rates do increase or have a substantial increase, then that'll also affect the market.
absolutely. Let's look at active listings. So, Angel, active listings, it had increased. We have about 1,000 more active listings than we had last month, but it's still 22% less than what we had last April. Last April, we're talking about 14,737 active listings, and today we're talking 11,466. What catches your attention here?
It kind of just is what it is, right? With so much buyers out there, it makes sense why it's lower than last year. A lot more buyers on the market right now than there was at this time last year, especially this time because of the pandemic. Last year there was not that many buyers looking. Um, but the good thing is, again, it's trending upwards. So hopefully it continues to trend upwards, and that's a good sign for buyers that it's going to be hopefully trend more towards a balanced market.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead, Angel. Let's look at median days on market. So homes are selling faster than ever. 9 days now. What catches your attention here?
It doesn't surprise me. I'm surprised, last month when I think Orange County was already in the single digits. That was crazy. So that kind of prepared me for LA County being already in the single digits as well. I don't think it'll go any much lower than that. That'll be crazy if it's only for like 6, 7 days. But I mean, yeah, be ready, be qualified if you're thinking about buying. Just don't go look at homes. You're gonna literally waste your time. By the time you go look at that home, by the time you get pre-qualified, you're not gonna have enough time to put an offer in, most likely. So just be ready, be pre-qualified, and be competitive with your offers. As you can see, they're flying out. They're literally flying off the shelves right now.
Absolutely. So Angel nailed two important points. Get pre-qualified before you start to look at homes because you really don't have any time afterwards. And then it's a little bit tough right now for buyers to negotiate a good deal. You pretty much have to come out of the gate with your strongest and best offer right now. That way you can at least get a chance for a counter offer. Just because we know that homes are selling, in record pace and for record prices. So it's really, really, really tough to try to, haggle and try to bring that price down. Let's go ahead.
And just to kind of give you an example, actually, Anthony and one of his team members, Bonnie, they posted a video in different cities of homes selling above different market, above or the sales price for homes, right? And almost all of them sold over asking price, and almost all of them were at least $30,000 over asking price. There was even one over $100,000 over asking price. So that's just to give you an example how competitive that market is.
Absolutely. So we're talking about the good news for sellers here. Now let's move on to some good news for buyers because there are some highlights here for buyers, right? The good news for buyers is that when we look at new listings is kind of on pace with what we've seen in previous years. So that's good news, right? That it's not like we're getting less listings in the market. The thing is, it just homes are selling faster than ever, right? So new listings is about it's a 69.4% more than what we saw last April. But again, last April was an anomaly because it was the pandemic first occurring. So it's not a true year over year comparison. But when we look at the last 5 years, we're about 1,000, more or less on pace with what we've seen. So this is good news for buyers. And when we look at inventory month supply, this did increase, right? From 1.8 months to 2 months. The higher it goes, the more it starts becoming a buyer's market. And then once we hit like 5 to 6 months, that's when it's a balanced market. And then 6+ months is when it's a buyer's market. And looking at this data in the last 5 years, the highest that we've ever had inventory month supply was in mid 2018, where it was 4 months. So we're about half of what we've seen at our, peak for the last 5 years. So I know what catches your attention here.
Again, just how you mentioned, it's a good sign, right? We're heading in the right direction for you buyers. And of course, we're speaking historically. As we head towards the summertime, we should expect more listings as well. So hopefully that will also increase the month supply. So I think we'll be heading in a better direction as we head towards the summer months.
Absolutely. And then last but not least, let's look at closed volume. So this is absolutely incredible, right? Closed volume for April 2021 is $16.23 billion. That's crazy. To give you a comparison, last April, we were talking about $6.3 billion. April 2019, we're talking about $9.7 billion. April 2018, $9.8 billion. So, we're almost double what we've seen in the past 5 years. And last month was already a crazy month, and we surpassed last month by $2 billion. So it's kind of scary to see what we're going to be seeing in May and April. We're going to be seeing some crazy real estate numbers for closed volume. Angel, what catches your attention here?
To me, it just makes sense as far, it is crazy. A crazy number is 16 billion. But again, if we're looking at a median sales price of almost 800,000, homes flying off the shelves right now. So it makes sense why it would be so high. But that's, it's a good sign for you sellers, and it's a good time to definitely sell your home.
Yeah, absolutely. So, this is kind of a recap of what the main numbers you should be paying attention for Los Angeles County here. Now, I kind of want to dive into, what are our predictions for Los Angeles County? What kind of tips do we have for potential sellers and home buyers? So, Angel, let's start with your prediction. What do you anticipate the median sales price being going into April now that we're at 797?
I would say expect another $25,000 to $30,000 increase, maybe even potentially more. Again, there's going to be more aggressive buyers towards the summer times, so hopefully more homes on the market slows it down a little bit, but I would expect $25,000 to $30,000 increase for the month of May.
Yeah, I pretty much align with what Angel is saying, right? So if you think about it, we've had a $77,000 increase in the last 4 months. So if you divide that in half, about $20,000 a month, more or less. So we're talking 797, and then we take into account that we're starting to hit spring, the hot months for buyers and sellers to put their homes on the market and buyers to bid for homes. Then I anticipate that we can pretty much surpass that $20,000 average. We're looking at maybe add like another 5 to 10,000. So I'm gonna meet in the middle. I'm gonna say $27,500 increase. I'm gonna say that we're talking 797 in April 2021. My prediction is that we're gonna be at 825 for May 2021, just because of the trajectory we're going on. Angel, do you anticipate that home prices are going to continue to go up for the rest of the year, or do you think there's going to be a slowdown heading into the end of the year?
Um, if I had to make my prediction, definitely a slowdown towards the end of the year, especially November, December. Those are holiday months, so a lot of less buyers out on the market, just historically speaking. So that's actually a good time for you buyers to be out on the market looking, right? Take advantage of the fact that people are taking those times off, and you're able to maybe get into your home a little easier. But yeah, that's what I would predict towards the later months, the last 2-3 months of the year, for it to slow down.
Yeah, Angel nailed it on the dot right there. I agree with what he said, and actually, a lot of experts were predicting that we were going to have really strong uh, home appreciation and sales price growth early in the year, and then it was going to start to tailor off as sellers started to get a little bit more comfortable and are more willing and receptive to put their homes on the market. And obviously, with more inventory, then that means that home prices should theoretically, slow down in sales price growth. So
Yeah.
I anticipate.
And
Go ahead.
one thing to mention too, I mean, I don't speak to a lot of home sellers in a sense, but I do talk to people who do own homes, right? And people who are refinancing their home, and all of them tell me like, damn, it's crazy how much the prices are right now, like how much homes are selling for, right? So I think it's a good sign, kind of what Anthony said, that the sellers are going to be more receptive to what their home can sell for, right? And then at that point, they are going to take advantage of the market. I think right now, they're not sure how the market's going to trend, but once they see that their home, can sell for an X amount of dollars, they may want to pull the trigger.
Yeah, absolutely. So pretty much all in all, I do anticipate that home prices are going to continue to go up, and then they're going to start to tailor off. Just instead of being $25,000 increase, $30,000 increase month over month, probably closer to like $5,000, $10,000 towards the end of the year, and then the seasonality of real estate tells you that once the holidays come around, home prices do tend to drop a little bit. So this is a really, really good indication here for buyers, right? This is one of my tips. If you're looking to purchase a home, it probably makes sense to get into your home as soon as you have the means to, right? So early in the year, right? Let's just say in January. Obviously, it's a lot better in January than it would have been right now to get into your home, right? We're talking $77,000 less, right? And then median sales price usually starts to peak off around June, July, August, right? And then it starts to slowly retreat back, maybe up to $10,000, $15,000 total by December, January, and then it goes up for that, increase again, right? So this is really good news for buyers, right? We have a video about this detailing the seasonality of real estate and when's a good time to purchase if you're looking to get the best possible deal, then when's the best time to purchase. If you're looking for, more options and if you're a pickier buyer. So, Angel, what's a tip that you want to give to sellers right now?
I mean, it goes both ways, right? In the sense of like, it's a good time to sell your home, but it's also something where you have to think of, how much if you sell your home, where you're gonna move to, right? I think if you're moving out of state, it makes sense. It does. But if you're gonna, and it's also a good time to upgrade your home, right? If you want to upgrade, but it's also something to think about in the sense of like you still, just because you're selling your home, obviously you can do it contingent. It's gonna be hard to find that replacement, and the good thing is though, it's a good time to take the equity over, and if you're looking to make that jump to your dream home, I think right now is a good time to do so, because a lot of times your payment may actually be the same from your current home to your dream home, right? Or it can be a little higher with the equity you've built over the years. So that's something I think you should run your numbers with the lender to see if that jump to your dream home makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So I agree with Angel on what he just said right there. So right now, because homes are selling for more than ever, more than likely you're gonna have a pretty substantial down payment that you're gonna be able to put down for your dream home. And this is why we always recommend to buyers, hey, you know what? Don't always just go for your dream home first. Just get into your home, a starter home, start to build some equity. And then when the time is right, you have the equity you need. At that point, sell, get into your dream home. And another good option might be for sellers is to maybe cash out refinance because you have so much equity now at this point. Purchase your investment property or purchase another property, right? And start to slowly build your asset column. So do you have options right now if you're a homeowner, because you can use this crazy appreciation to either cash out refinance, or you can sell your property and then purchase your dream home or an investment property or whatever you would need it to be. So let's go ahead, Angel. Let's wrap this up right here. One last tip for buyers, Angel, and it can't be to be patient, because we all know, hey, homies, be patient if you're looking for a home right now, because it's really, really, really tough right now. There's a lot of competition. So homies, just continue to look at your home search, continue to send your realtor homes, and just continue to have faith that the right home is going to come for you. And as long as you continue to do that, the right home will fall in place. Angel, what's your tip?
Yeah, I think you hit that on the dot. Just obviously be patient, but your hard work of looking for a home will pay off. I just had a client who they've been looking since November, and they finally got into escrow this past month on their home, and everything's going good with their escrow. So they were patient, and they just continue to put the work in. But I guess what I would say is have trust in your realtor right now, right? I think that's a big one. I think people, because the market's so competitive, want to doubt that their realtor can get the job done, or that their realtor's not guiding them in the right direction. And the truth is, it's hard right now for, like, obviously to get an offer accepted. So listen to your realtor. If they're telling you to put a competitive offer in, it's not because they want you to spend more money. It's because they want you to get in your home, right? Or they want to lower the contingency periods. Whatever they're saying, you hired them for a reason. They're there to service you and to make sure that you get in a home. So I think the main thing is to trust your realtor and trust that process that they're going to get you into your home.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for touching on that. That's really, really important. Yeah, as a realtor, I don't want my clients to spend more money. There's no reason for me to do that, right? What we really want is just you to get into your dream home. And we know that, even if you have to overpay a little bit, just that ease of mind knowing that I finally have my dream home, right? I can finally start earning appreciation, right? Is enough for more buyers to do and pull the trigger. So thank you, Angel, for that tip. Thank you, homies, for joining us for this real estate podcast. I hope you found these market statistics helpful. Again, this is Anthony.
This is Angel.
And I want to wish you all the best. Take care.
Thank you.
Hey homies, it's Anthony. This podcast contains my opinions and is for educational purposes only. It does not guarantee any projections and should not serve as a basis for any purchase or sale in real estate.